Alright, hello, Internet. Hope you guys are going to have a good Thanksgiving weekend. I am actually live streaming right now. And this is with me in the car I normally show. This is a much tighter view on the camera. But doing the live stream, I don't really have any choice, or part of the reason I'm doing this live stream is just so I can figure this out. Alright, well, as you can see, right now we're traveling on Interstate 95. Well, you didn't know it was 95, but we are between Richmond and DC. And I just want to do a live stream because I haven't done a live stream in a while. And we're trying to stream on multiple platforms, so you may be watching this on some of the Facebook groups, some of the Facebook pages, or on YouTube, or even on my personal timeline. Somebody got pulled over. There's someone who's driving a Dodge Charger that they use for police cars. I don't know if you guys saw, but we have a Tesla, we have a Cybertruck group. If you're not in it, type Cybertruck into Facebook, and you'll see it says Cybertruck Tesla pickup truck worldwide. I actually posted in there an image of a Cybertruck police car, or police truck, I guess. It looks pretty cool. I think it got a good response. But look at that traffic heading south out of DC, down to Richmond. It looks like we're going to hit some traffic up near the Woodbridge Supercharger. That's where we're heading into. If you know where that is. I can't control the exposure as much on this live stream. It doesn't seem like I can. Let's bump up the speed of headset for 71. I want to see if I can get some lane changes in here. And you guys can see how that goes. Or actually, I might change it on my own. Let's see, there needs to be a really big speed differential for the system to change lanes on its own. So even though right now we're going about 10 miles under what I've got things set at, well, now in the middle lane's moving faster, so never mind. There's a tire retread. I do so much interstate driving that I see these things all the time. And actually, one time with Denise and I were driving, it was almost 2 years ago, I think, a tire actually exploded on a truck in front of us on a semi, and I swerved out of the way, but it would have, a big piece of tire like that would have hit us. I don't know if I didn't swerve out of the way enough. Alright, so as soon as we hit traffic, which is going to be soon, you'll start to see how it does in traffic. But I can tell you overall, I've had this car for 2.5 years now. Like the wheel is rock steady, I'd say. I mean, it's really, with the full self-driving option, enhanced autopilot, it was like back and forth. The wheels like back and forth all the time. But it's not doing that anymore. As you can see, it's so much better. And it's just been incremental improvement over time. And sometimes, you know, it makes progress going forward. Other times, it just regresses depending upon which version of software they put out, what they were working on, and they tend to mess things up in one area even if they improve it in another. Alright, now this truck's trying to turn left. See what happens here. It's just gonna go, and we're slowing down. Reston limousine. Do you know what they are, Denise?
What?
It's a Reston limousine in front of us.
They get the traffic for Freddie Mac. They transport our lazy butts from one building to another. They don't want to have to walk.
Oh, here's Denise in her office. She used to ride in the back. If you ever ridden in the back of a Model X, it's nice and dark because all the windows are tinted. But also, I've got them tinted even more. Alright, I'm not going to wait for us. That car's going, look. See that car? Oh, it yielded, now we went. That car hesitated. And that was on my command, doing that lane change. It didn't want to do it on its own. It really needs a lot to be able to make these auto lane changes. But it does do them. And I'm sure you'll see it here in this video. We've got about an hour left of live streaming here till we get to the charger. So you'll probably see just about everything in this video. This is a pretty lively section of road. There's always something going on. Right now we're held about 4 miles an hour below the set speed. And you can see how many car lanes I've got. Yeah, you never used it before. You can adjust it. Here on S and X, there's an adjuster. Or is it here? Yeah, and there's adjust the car line. See, it's 3. I think I had it 4. And let's probably keep it 4. But Model 3 is different. Everything is on the touch screen, which is landscape instead of portrait. And there's no controls like that on the stalk. Car that was behind me that we initially yielded to and then hesitated and then we went. Now it's all autopilot. So it was just watching and monitoring what that driver was doing. Still some leaves up on the trees. But as we go further and further north, there's less and less of them. You see them blowing around. That's usually blowing around all over the place. I know, the SUV, yeah, I see that goes. Or whoever is going to cut in there. That didn't really affect us that much. Well, one of the really good things about AutoPilot is to smooth those things out, and you definitely don't have to worry about rear-ending anybody in that kind of situation. Because AutoPilot is always watching traffic or heavy. They'll turn the system period than I would do. It's almost like it doesn't see far enough down the road, so at least not the way the software is right now. Everybody seems to be going about the same speed because you can see there's that Repton limousine, we're still with it, a white car still with it. Right, I'm going to, I was going to change lanes, but you can see there's someone approaching. I waited a little too long. And AutoPilot should have gotten me out of the fast lane, if you ask me, by now. It should have. They haven't. Why not? I don't know. I mean, there's no point in sitting here in the passing lane unless you're passing somebody, right? You're supposed to move over. So I'm gonna try to wedge my way in between these two SUVs. See, I'm letting AutoPilot do it. I'm gonna turn the blinker off. Auto lane change, what they call that. See my trailer ball in the back. Is that illegal? It's set for 76, we're only going 70, but I'm going to move us over because this is too slow. A way that AutoPilot could improve over this version is mile-an-hour speed difference, and then the left lane's open, it should move right over to the left lane. And then when you pass everyone, there's no one left to pass, and everyone's going about the same speed, it should move you right back over out of the passing lane. That's easy enough for them to do, but obviously they haven't done it yet. Someone on their phone, look, right there. See that driver? On their phone. Yeah, as if I'm not distracted. See, at least you got AutoPilot on, right? That person just texting. Actually, I can go around recording everybody here, seeing who's on 95 at like 70 miles an hour, not really even paying attention to what they're doing. And they don't have any autopilot system. Let's do a survey of drivers that fast. This person's got 2 hands on the wheel. 2 hands on the wheel. See that? That's good. That's unusual. That is not typical. Here comes the person on their phone. That's still on his phone. Still on the phone. So we're here at 67 now. Traffic is really starting to slow down. I think we're going to hit. We're supposed to hit a traffic ripple, but it looks like it's disappeared from the map. Around Fredericksburg, it was yellow. It looks like it's cleared up. We're just all going a little bit slower than normal, but no significant slowdown. But there's definitely heavy volume. I mean, there's a lot heavier volume in the other direction, but even in this direction, there's more than normal volume, I'm sure. That's why we're only going 65 in the fast lane, and it's the 70 speed limit. The autopilot's deciding not to do anything because it knows we're going below what we have it set at. There's no point in being in anything but the fast lane because everybody is slowed down now. So that's a good decision. I would stay there. People are kind of jockeying around, trying to pass cars on the right, but you really can't get by on the left. So these are the kind of things that brew accidents. When people get impatient like that, you just gotta wait, or stay in the fast lane and just hope it speeds up, which is basically what AutoPilot's doing. It's hoping it'll speed up at some point. Alright, let's see if this person's on their phone again. Yep, still on the phone. Still on the phone. That's how it goes. I mean, everybody's on their phone these days. And even I'm guilty of it. Before I bought a Tesla with AutoPilot. And that's one of the reasons why I realized that you need to get systems like this in the cars. Because people aren't going to put their phones down. And the people that do put their phones down actually do. Comments if you feel similar. Just
Talking.
talking. Yeah, because it's better to have systems like this. I know, just even a few years ago, especially when I got this in early 2017, people were thinking there was something wrong with me. I was going to ruin this for everybody. Tesla's going to turn the systems off. But it's safer, and even Elon Musk has said that it is safer. All the accidents that have been prevented if you don't know about them. Definitely safer, because you're going to pick your phone up from time to time, even if it's not all the time. It's just that one time when you pick it up, if you don't have the system like this on, that's all that needs to happen, and you're going to get in a pretty bad accident. Right, now we're back up to the set speed, 76. See, now it should turn over. It should move us over into the next lane, out of the passing lane, but it's not doing that. It definitely should be doing that right now. That BMW station right here. Leaf. A real leaf, not a Nissan leaf. There's that silver Corolla again. Made it back up after weaving in and out of traffic in the right lane. Yeah. All right. We are going to hit. Okay. As we approach Fredericksburg, I see some yellow. We are going to hit something there. That'll be good. I mean, I want to get some variety in here, so you can see how the system behaves. But I don't mind traffic as much anymore, especially stop and go traffic, because the only thing I need to be concerned about in stop and go traffic is someone not paying attention to me and turning into me. And generally, I definitely don't risk running into anybody on the front end of the car, but even the rear end of the car, because Autopilot seems to only do as much braking as needed and no more than that. And because of that, like I said, it tends to smooth out the ripples in traffic, which prevents people from rear-ending you as well. So it works going, front and back of the car, in my experience. And it seems, it's way, way more consistent than any human driver. That's within the consistency. All you have to do is make a mistake once when you're in stop and go traffic ripples, and then you run into somebody or they run into you. And not to mention, I think it also helps prevent delays when you're in traffic, because it tends to smooth those ripples out, and those ripples are what cause even more time delays when you're driving. Whoa! See that piece of tire? You see that? There's more of it there. Tire blew up. Autopilot did not see it, or they didn't react to it. I had to get out of the way, so keep that in mind. Autopilot does not react to debris in the road. I don't think I've ever seen it react to any kind of debris. And even actually sometimes people it doesn't react to. But now it's moving over. Someone there. Okay. We're going to move over. It's not going. Okay, 20 meters. No, it's not more than a minute touch. Okay, it's doing it on its own. And here's the big brake. See if we scoot over to the left side of the lane? Yes, we did. See? It scooted over. But it's inconsistent with that, I can tell you. I just did a video about passing an oversized load that was like half of a double wide, and it did not move over at all. And you saw how it moved over for that big rig right there. And it didn't really even have to, because that person wasn't even hogging up the left side of the lane, but it moved over anyway. So that feature, it's good that it's there, but it's inconsistent right now. Right, yeah, I'm getting the warning. Okay, there, okay. And yeah, this is my AutoPilot buddy, which is no longer sold. It's illegal. They sell it as a mobile phone holder now. Like where you're passing people in the middle lane, AutoPilot is holding me here. These guys in the left lane, these people should all be moved over. You're only supposed to use it for passing, right? And actually, even AutoPilot has said it. It's moved when it turns, when it does the auto lane change. It says it's moving out of passing lane. I believe I've seen that on there now. So somebody at Tesla recognizes that should be the way driving's done, which is good. Too many problems happen, actually, especially on crowded interstates when people are in the left lane and they're going significantly slower than people want to be driving, and it causes so many problems. Alright, let's say slower traffic in the middle lane right up here. Let's see what AutoPilot does. It should, if it senses that, it should move me over to the left lane because it's wide open behind that Corolla. I can go over there now. But my guess is it's not going to do that. It's just not thinking that far ahead right now. It's slowing the car down. There's a gap to go in, but see, it's not thinking that quickly. It's not going to move me over. We've got about 45 minutes till we get to the charger. And actually, it's going to be 37 miles to go, 45 minutes, so you know we're going to be fixing traffic. A little scrape on my door. miles, 20 minutes. So there is a little bit of traffic. That means we're going under 60 miles an hour average speed. But you never know, it might clear up before we get to, because we're almost at Fredericksburg, and it doesn't seem anywhere near as bad as it did about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Traffic was clearing up. I mean, I think a lot of people have the day off, because Thanksgiving's in the middle of the week here. Thanksgiving in the United States anyway. It's tomorrow, Thursday, and it's 4:09 on Wednesday afternoon. So either people got off early, or they will get off soon, or a lot of people just had off today. Didn't go into the office. Alright, here's the slowdown. And now it should move into the left lane. We're only running 60, and we're set at 76. The left lane's open. I'm just going to move us there. The system should know that right here, right now. Should have made the decision to do that, and it didn't do it. Not that hard to figure that out. But in case you know, I've got the auto lane change, automatic lane change is set to on. You can always leave going around. So all this should be happening automatically. Back up to 75. Actually, it's people to drop to 65 here. So I'm going to pull back on the speed a little bit. Let's go 73. Like to say, just under 10 miles, 7 miles an hour over. But a lot of people don't ever slow down. So I'm gonna have to force myself out of the fast lane way before we hit some traffic. So maybe I'll stay in the fast lane. Yeah, there's definitely some traffic here. Let's see how it reacts. Well, we're hitting. I just felt the brake pedal. I could feel it go down. Normally you'd see the gauge there, but because I am this end call, interesting. I'm not on a call, but I'm broadcasting, but it won't show the gauge here like it normally shows. I guess when I'm live streaming, I can't do the gauge, so that's one way you'll know if I'm live streaming or not. I put the little kilowatt hour gauge on there so you can see if you're braking, coasting, regenerating, or how much electricity you're using to move forward, but we can't see it now. That was pretty smooth. And there definitely was a quick slowdown there. It didn't feel that bad. Like I said, it's done pretty much perfectly. There's no way that a human can consistently, like it's doing now, consistently slow down and keep the car length the way it is. There's no way a human driver could do that consistently. Unless maybe you're a race car driver, and in that case you're probably going to be 6 inches from the bumper of the car in front of you. But I think that's why most accidents happen actually in congested roads. So AutoPilot's going to be preventing a lot of accidents going forward. And it already has, really. I'm sure even for me, it's probably saved me a number of times. I don't even have to be paying attention. I don't even notice all the times that it saves me. Oh, and this newer version of AutoPilot, it really gets into the accelerator pretty hard. Right now, it'll keep it consistent. Like it'll brake right in line, and it'll accelerate right in line too to keep that car length set between me and the car in front of me. It didn't used to be that way. It used to be very, very slow to accelerate. Like it wasn't sure. It was hesitating. It was not taking any risks at all. In fact, the opposite of you're like in the left lane here and you weren't accelerating hard, everyone would try to pass you right away. And it doesn't do that anymore. The only thing that's really a limiting factor is the number of car lengths that I put in. And I've got 4 in there. So like let me dial it down so you can see the difference. There, I got 1 car length now. I just moved it from 4 to 1 to see the difference now in traffic. And I bet you it's going to be jamming on the brakes now. And this will prevent people from passing you. If you're really in the left lane and you want to get going and you want to stay up to speed as much as you can, that's what you need to do. You need to dial it back to 1 car length like that. And this is not something I normally do. But it's not getting any closer. I wouldn't figure it would get closer than this. Alright, see if we can see some brakes again. A lot of congestion up here. It's really slow, waiting to brake here because we're much closer. I don't know if this is exactly 1 car length. I think it may not even do the 1 car length. But we're definitely a lot closer than we were. Alright, let's get out of this fast lane. Whoa, oh, look, it aborted. It aborted. I don't know why. I think it's because, still not sure what to do. I'm going to turn it off. I think it's because this guy in front of me was braking all of a sudden. It's braking and it couldn't make the lane change. Alright, well, let's see if we can do it. Alright. Yeah, I think that it was the person, I think it sensed that the person in front of me was in a panic stop, so it aborted the lane change. Because it could have made it. There was nobody in the way turning right. But if that person kept hard into the brakes, actually, let me back to 4 car lanes. I just don't want to get that close, especially with traffic picking up the way it is right now. If this sees an opening, it just goes for it. Look at the left lane really slowing down fast. I think we might have to hit the brakes here pretty hard. Whoop, yep. But see, we didn't get any closer to that vehicle in front of us. It did pretty much exactly what that vehicle was doing in front of us. You see little things in my dashboard here. It's because we did a veg fest in Cape Coral Veg Fest, and there were all kinds of little tiny bugs that got in the car. Like thousands and thousands of them. Right, Denise?
6,000.
You wouldn't? It looks like there's thousands of them on my dashboard up here. And those are the ones that didn't make it. Oh, look, it's asking to change lanes. It's going to do it. Okay, good. That was a good move. See, I wasn't even paying attention enough to recognize there was an opening there. But I expect it to do that kind of stuff all the time, and it's not consistent. It really should be doing that stuff all the time. Well, what do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments. Because I thought that was pretty smooth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look out. That person is over the line. And you see that? I just turned the system off because AutoPilot didn't recognize it, and that could have been a collision. It didn't even scoot out of the way. That is inconsistent too. How it moves out of the way for people that are not, centered in their lane. It should have done it there, and it didn't. So don't trust that these things are going to happen all the time. Not with the software that we have right now. It's not capable of doing it consistently. Alright, we're almost at the end of this traffic ripple, I think. And looks like we're going to have some open road as soon as it picks up. We'll back up to speed. And maybe right now. Heavy volume. But we're moving. It's really getting the acceleration there. Whoa! But I don't see any construction barrels or anything, cones. I know people have reported that in certain versions of AutoPilot, but the one that we're running, is most current version, it's not there. Whoa, sorry. Let me see what that's version 36.2.1, and I think I have 116,000 miles in the car. I don't know how much miles are on. And most of that is AutoPilot. That's just on local roads. And even on local roads, I've been using AutoPilot. Look at the traffic in the other direction. Alright, now I'm maxed out at 73. As soon as this solid line goes away, if I was AutoPilot, I would move me over to the middle lane. But let's see if it does it. See, now, if the solid line for construction goes away, it's doing it. It's doing it. That's pretty good. Very good. Maybe it's listening to me. But it wasn't doing the moves it should have been doing earlier in the drive. But it did it there. It did the last two times. Now it should be moving back in the left lane where I only at 60 miles an hour. It should be moving back. It should be. I'm going to leave it. It should have moved back. Signaled and made the lane change. So we've got, looks like a good amount of open road. Oh, there's some new traffic. There might be an accident right here. That looks new. We'll see as we get up there. All right, now we're only at 63. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say it's gotta change lanes for me, right? There you go, changing lanes. That's good. Did hesitate a little bit. It probably could have done a little bit quicker than that, like a few minutes ago. But at least it did it. And driving is pretty complicated. There's a lot to think about, and you got to also remember. I don't think it matters actually right now, because I think that the software is optimized for the existing legacy processors, which is what I have. I don't have the newer AutoPilot computer. Some people have even said that on the newer AutoPilot computer it doesn't run as well. But I don't think if they even had the newer AutoPilot computer it would do any of this any faster. I don't think. I think it's just where it is. We need to get the software so that it works with all the systems. And then once everyone gets upgraded, see there's braking there. There's police. Everyone's braking for the police. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's got to work on all the hardware that they have. Even like the stuff from, I guess, AutoPilot 2 anyway, which is what I have, which is the oldest system that will be capable of full level 5 self-driving. That is any computer back into October of 2016 has got to work with that. And then, of course, we have AutoPilot 1. That was like 2014 to 2016. I don't think there's any AutoPilot before 2014. The first 2 years didn't have any. But AutoPilot 2.0 and greater is, if you're looking to buy a used Tesla, that's what you want. If you want it to be able to be a robo-taxi, like Elon promises, or just drive yourself around, do all the tricks around the parking lots with Summon and all that, you got to have AutoPilot 2.0 or greater. And the way you can tell easily if you have it or not is just look on the outside of your car between the front wheel and the driver's or passenger's door, and there's a mark in there with like a marker light. And if there's a camera in there, then you have AutoPilot 2.0. If there's no camera, if it's just a chrome badge with no round lens, then you do not have AutoPilot 2.0 or greater. There's more to it than that, but that's an easy way to tell. Alright, that truck just moved, so we're going to hit the accelerator again. Yep. But we're going to get limited quickly because I only have it set for 73 miles an hour, so I don't want to get a ticket. So at some point soon, if I was the system, I would get myself over into the right lane because we're going to have the aggressive drivers start to take over in the left lane, in the passing lane, and it's not going to be me. There's already somebody that snuck up on behind me. Those cars behind me are a lot closer than they look in that camera, a lot closer. So it may look like that car's far away, but they are not far away. And that could be one of the limitations of the system, like I was saying, that they can't see far away vehicles. They look like they're on the moon far away, when they're not really that far away. But for some reason, the camera lenses seem to pick up everything that's a lot closer and not things that are further away. I don't know if they can fix that with software. Alright, well, I can hang here for now. It's more than 66. Just too much heavy traffic right now. That's a non-cyber truck. Alright, easy pass lanes, express only. Where actually AutoPilot tried to turn me onto these express lanes when they were shut down and there's barriers in the way. So hopefully it's not going to do that this time. But if it does, we're going to catch it live on camera. But if it does do that, I will literally, before you get to the middle part of the road, they don't really, there's so much. Gates closed, do not enter. You can see the sign right there, right? Flags on them, and we'd have to crash through all those. Look how many of those arms there are. See how if it wasn't smart enough, it would do that because there was that acceleration lane that suddenly appeared. There's another entrance, a mile and a half from now. It's either one part of the day they're going one way, part of the day they're going the other way. Have you guys ever been in a situation where AutoPilot has put you? Have to get onto the express lane. That was a good move because we were already maxed out at 73 where I programmed it, and it got out of the passing lane. There's plenty of room to do that, so that was a good move. One little mistake like that crashed you through all the barriers. That would not be good. Alright, we've got about 12 miles to go to the supercharger, and it's telling us 19 minutes. So that means we're going to hit some more traffic. And I think it's actually right up here. We're getting very close to the spot where we're going to hit some more traffic. Well, this is, if you're tuning in, if you've been watching all along, this is like the state of the art of Tesla with AutoPilot self-driving right now. How long do you guys think it's going to be till this can do all the stuff completely on its own and not make these little mistakes I'm pointing out? I think Elon says 1 year from today, right before the end of next year. Do you guys believe that? Let me know in the comments. Because I was getting a lot of updates for a while there, but I haven't received any updates in a little while. Well, we're really hitting the brakes. See, it's consistent. That didn't seem panicky at all, did it, Denise? But we really shut off some speed very, very quickly there. Yeah, we're in the slow area right now. And there will be, I think, one more slow area before we get to the supercharger. Well, based on what you've seen so far in this video, do you think that the Tesla AutoPilot system is capable enough to not have any human in the driver's seat on the highway right now? That left lane up there? I mean, that's the reason why that's what that building is. And stop, and that's bad. If you hit a patch of fog and you can't see, or you go off to the coast, off to the beach, and you hit some high humidity as you're crossing over from the mainland, and you can't see either. Or it's raining so hard that you can't see. All these situations, AutoPilot shuts itself off currently, the way it is right now. And right now it's almost ideal situations. No super bright light. Everybody's most cars have their marker lights on. It's getting close to sunset. Everybody doesn't really have that much working against them unless they're not paying attention or on their phone. I don't think of anything else that has happened to me on the interstate that you've not seen in the city yet. Well, direct sunlight, yeah, that's another one. If you get hit with the sun, see, I should be in the left lane now. I should definitely be moved over in the left lane. And it hasn't done it. So it's wide open. I'm only going 58 instead of 73. But the sun, I want to move too. I want to have to work harder to get off the exit up here. If you are right out right after sunrise or right before sunset, you get that direct sunlight just directly shining because it's low in the horizon into your camera. It wants to stay out of the plane. I guess that's good. And we're moving back. And it shuts off in those situations too. I don't know what can be done about that. That's going to be able to be fixed with software or not. Potholes. Oh, that's not. It doesn't avoid potholes. Even a big one like that. It's got. I mean, at some point, it's going to have to be able to recognize that. It's going to know it's there. But it's just not getting out of the way. It doesn't do anything for potholes ever. I've never seen it react to it. I usually will grab the wheel if I notice it. If I know it's not going to react. Whenever you grab the wheel, it turns the system off. Whenever you jerk the wheel one way or the other, or tap the brake, it turns the system off. The accelerator, if you tap the accelerator, it will override the system with the speed, and it will not brake. But the minute you let off the accelerator, it's automatically right back on everything. Steering, braking, accelerating. I've got 3.3 miles when we get off the highway. We were right up with that car in front of us. They're accelerating hard, we're accelerating hard. 2.5 miles till we get off. It says upcoming lane change. See that? You can cancel it, but it knows we're going to get off, so it's going to move me over in advance. This is way in advance, if you ask me, because it's still 2 miles to go to the exit. But I guess if it sees an opening and knows there's a lot of cars, then it probably should do that. But I have a feeling it's not really taking into account all the traffic at all. I don't think that's even a factor. Maybe it is. If you think it is, let me know in the comments. It's not. See how it moved over like that on the acceleration lane? Like now it's going to have to jerk us back to the left. Watch. That kind of freaks people out. It still has not figured that out. I mean, it's always done that for the last 2.5 years. Whenever an acceleration or deceleration lane appears, and there's like a lane and a half width, it centers to fill that lane and a half width, which really, it freaks people out because they think you're turning left or you're slowing down, and you're not doing that at all. And then you, at the last second, when it changes back to one lane or it has to make a choice, it jerks you into that lane, and it could potentially cause accidents. That's for sure. I'd say definitely you could cause accidents. So I'm always, whenever it does that, I either turn the system off by jerking the wheel, or I'm watching other drivers around me to make sure that they're not going to assume that I'm slowing down or turning off the road and they're going to turn into my lane, because if they do, they're going to get hit by my own car potentially. You know, once that extra width goes away. All right, there's a lot of traffic here. We're getting off the highway right up here. This is it. We're going to have to get into like a little local lane situation, and then we're going to get off the highway. Oh, we're really slowing down here. But we're getting off now. Yeah, it looks really bad. It's a good thing we're not staying on the road there. All right, now this is interesting. Look, see if we yield to this person. He tends to yield very well to people on the acceleration lane, sometimes too well. All right, it knows that that's the acceleration lane that turns into a deceleration lane. It's good. See, it did all that on its own. Now, this truck is moving over to my lane. It's almost over the line. Whoa, this AutoPilot should have moved over to the right there, and it didn't. That truck was too close. Look at that person just shooting out. I've noticed on these exits to the highway, it really follows these lines closely. It doesn't center. If it's centered, it wouldn't make such a jerky move when it gets off the highway, but it still makes moves that I say are really jerking the passengers around in the car. It could definitely do better with that. Let's see how it does here. We're getting off at this 784 West Dale City. We're supposed to. Are you going to get me over? Hurry up! It's gonna miss the exit. Take over. It was not, because it turned to a solid line. It wasn't gonna make it. So that's bad. See if I can turn the system back on. No, it won't let me turn it back on this ramp. But it definitely missed it. I mean, let me know if you think it would have made it, but I don't see how it could have made that. And I've seen this before. It's definitely not. I mean, it's nice because if you're not paying attention, you have to get off. It usually will do it for you, but it's not always going to do it for you, and we would have missed the exit. And we would have been sitting in traffic, too. It would have been a really bad mistake, wasting a lot of time. I put it on set like 40 miles an hour here. Pedestrian. I didn't see that pedestrian at all on the screen. I'm going to unplug my phone if you hear a noise. What that was. Now, I'm going to move us over to the right here because we're going to be sitting in traffic forever if I don't take over and start getting us into the right lane. Although in this case, I didn't have to do that. I could have waited till we got up here, but you never know. We're making a right turn right down here, as you can see on the GPS. And it also, as you can see, my screen dimmed to the night view. You get to see all this stuff happening. It seemed like it dimmed kind of early to the night view, but it's really overcast, so I guess it has a light sensor, and it knows that kind of stuff. It won't turn AutoPilot on. Alright, it did turn AutoPilot on. Well, we're going to turn right. So I'm going to turn this whole system off. Look at these people. Yeah, they're not supposed to be doing that. Well, you think maybe they're lost, maybe, but they're just trying to avoid all the traffic. Alright, so we're pretty close to the supercharger, and as you guys probably know, if you push this button, you can see who's there. 4 of 10 stalls available, which means it's crowded, and we're probably going to have to double up with somebody. If you are on the same number as somebody else, like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, you're going to have to share the bandwidth with them. So you always want to get on your own number if you can. And in this case, since there's less than half available, we'll probably have to double. We'll certainly have to double up mathematically. Well, no, it is possible, but most people know not to double up. So people usually, well, if you didn't know it, now you know. People usually will not double up. So then when I get there, I'm going to have to double up with somebody. Unless people leave at a certain time that's not consistent, and sometimes you get lucky like that. Maybe we will. Well, we can just walk around the mall, right? Yeah. And if you're watching this video and you're near Woodbridge, say hi when I pull in here. This has been one of the older superchargers. They added 2 stalls, I think, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. They really could use more than that here. I don't know why they only added 2. Up and down 95, they are adding a lot of stalls at existing stations like Santee, South Carolina, Kingsland, Georgia. Well, the ones that they've added are only really temporary. They're like Band-Aids. I think they're kind of panicky, I think, because they're adding them. They're not even burying the lines underground, and they are, let me flip this around so we can talk to you. And they are the chargers that are 72 kilowatts urban chargers, even though all the other ones are not urban chargers. All right. So I've got the hold feature on. If you guys don't know about that, see that? If I push the accelerator, it takes it off. Push the brake once. There, if you hold it long enough, see, it goes on. You hold the brake, then you can let your foot off the brake. And then when it's time to go, you can just push the accelerator. That's what I like to do. It probably wears that part out. But that's what I like to do. And also, if you ever have to go off really very, very fast and suddenly from a light or from wherever you're stopped, it's much easier to get speed much more quickly because you don't have to remove your foot from the brake and lose all that time. See? No hesitation. This person has a weird looking hat. They're riding in a convertible in 58-degree weather. So our superchargers are just behind the Guapos at the mall. Usually this intersection is packed with cars. I guess I just got here at the right time when it's not. A lot of times it's even hard to make the left turn into the superchargers. Look at this person trying to cross. Oh, it's not that bad. Look, there's only 3 cars there. We should be able to get here. I want to get on the new one. I'm going to scoot from this person. The new ones are on the end here at Woodbridge. These last 2 are the new ones. So I'm going to back up into the. Look, someone hit that one. That one is angled back. That's the one we go to. Take a look at it. Oops, I didn't cut it right because I've got my phone going. This person, we'll let them go. They're not going to wait. Northern Virginia driver? Is that who that is? Denise isn't from Northern Virginia, so she knows what these people are like. This is a really wide spot, too. Alright, you see the ding ding? It does it now when you take your seatbelt off at any time and stop the car and take it out of park or out of drive or whatever. It used to only do it on the other end when you were getting in the car. Oh, it's windy. Oh my gosh. It's windy. Put that post right there. Somebody hit the whole cabin. The whole cabin is not. The little button on there, usually when you push it, slow button, well, it's actually a button. It'll open the door, sometimes you have to tap the door. And then once it turns green, that's how you know you're charging. Blue means it's making the connection. Puffing once back and forth. And by the way, it also warms the battery pack up. It cools it down. I know you're coming here. This is green now. And if you're not familiar with this kind of stuff, wait. Oh, Denise is going to leave. We're going to turn this off in a second. Let me show you guys how it ramps up there. It's already up to 68 there. Yeah, we should go up all the way to I am limited to 90 kilowatts because I've supercharged so many times. So that's the maximum I'll ever get. Sometimes it goes to 94, but that's it. And so we're gonna be hanging around here, but we're gonna go for a walk in the mall, right?
Yep.
So I can open Denise's door. Or I got the door for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Was it a fun ride?
Yeah, that was a blast.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well you didn't make any crinkling sounds with...
I'm gonna crinkle now. I need water.
Yeah. Denise is famous for that, making sounds.
Oh, it's freezing.
Is it?
Let's go.
The Great White North.
Yes, almost.
Uh-oh, single-use plastics. I heard them. I heard the crinkling sounds. So was it a fun drive altogether?
No.
No?
I hate traffic from holidays.
Okay, hit the door and I'll turn the video off. Bye.